Okay, let's go. We're gonna turn off the radar. Just in case. Because we do not want to show ourselves too soon. That's not the goal. Team is doing some serious work with A, B, and C right now. It looks like we might gain control of A in just a second. We are currently trying to hold C and B, and it looks like our team is doing a fabulous job at that. So props to our team. But as always in War Thunder, these, you know, these things can change very quickly, especially when people start to spawn camp, the enemy spawn. They just start to disappear very, very quickly, and that's exactly when you kind of you run into problems. Okay, somebody just got ambushed over there. That is kind of the play that we are looking for. We are trying to ambush tanks, maybe on C, because we kind of lack the penetration at the moment. So that means we have to knock out guns as quickly as we can, and then hopefully, like, maybe use overpressure to kill some of the tanks, even though that's not a very cool way to die for most players. It's really annoying. Overpressure is not a lot of fun, but you know, it's a part of the game, and I guess. Look at that, it's super Pershing. We're gonna knock out his gun, and yeah, we get a kill assist for that. Very nice. He must have had a lot of fun right there, getting absolutely pelted by a vehicle as the Gepard, and we get super lucky. Did you see that, like, that building in the way that just kind of caught the round from the M48? That is something that sometimes happens. You get lucky, round gets caught, and you manage to survive. There's a Frenchie! There's a Frenchie! We need to kill the Frenchie. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Bye. This is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. There's a plane, I think, in the air as well. So let me turn on radar. Yeah. One thing I have to say, though, is that radar locking and all those kind of things, it's a bit annoying because I haven't really found a key for it. So I have to do it, like, manually. And I always have to kind of go into the menu. Ah, there he is. It's 3. There we go. Not sure if we're gonna hit him, though. It looks like he might just come back in. So we're going to set up shop again. There he comes. Look at that. Beautiful hits. That's why you have a radar. And I think he's going to lose control. And he's going to crash. There we go. Very nice aerial kill while playing the Gepard. This tank is just so much fun. I tell you guys, you know, like, bloody anti-airs are, like, they are a blast to play in War Thunder, and I really feel, I feel it. It's complete, fresh breath. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's completely a new feeling for me, because all of the old anti-airs that I prior was using, we can't even refill ammunition. They're all fine, you know, they are great, but they don't have that kind of radar lock. What is that? Oh, it's a Swedish tank. But yeah, it's that. They don't have that kind of radar lock, and the other ones that I was using, they were using the Bofors guns, and they didn't have proximity fuses. So in the end, you had like a really weird kind of scenario where you just had to use a gun that has a very slow rate of fire, and you kind of have to manually track, and it's just a very, like, you know, a lot of hassle, and it's not a lot of fun. And with the Gepard, look at this. We can just do this right here. Maybe we get lucky. He is flying quite far away from us right now, though, so we might just have to wait a moment for him to show up again. But right now we're close to C, and somebody did capture C a moment ago. Okay, there's an Ikwagen 91 here. I think we're going to turn off our radar because it is quite easily visible from afar. And we're going to see if we can actually kill the Ikwagen. A very good thing about this anti-air is that it certainly turns very quickly. The turret that you have here is extremely quick in turning because it needs to be, right? It's an anti-air that needs to track planes, and if it cannot track planes, well, it's going to be a bit of a crappy anti-air. So we get lucky there. We do get the Ikwagen, which will allow us to actually now capture C if we are lucky. But we're just gonna do that right now. Go on C, take the spot, and maybe also turn on the radar, because whenever you're capturing something, chances are very high that a plane is gonna drop bombs on you. Haven't seen anything on the radar right now, but it's also, yeah, oh, there's something. It is the HO, our plane. But what we need right now is ammunition, so I'm gonna show you guys a trick. And that is basically to just completely overheat the barrels and to get like a loading malfunction. And hopefully now we can actually reload the ammunition. No, it doesn't work. Wait, that used to work, I thought. Okay, so we have to reload the guns now. Looks like they fixed that. And there is something coming. Maybe this is not the smartest thing to do at the moment, but we really need a new set of ammo. So whoever comes around the corner, I have 40 rounds, and they are mainly high explosive incendiary tracer rounds. They still do damage, but they might not do as much damage as the AP rounds. But it's the same kind of ammunition. I haven't actually switched it around. So let's see. I did see something on the kill feed about a Stridswagen 81, and it looks like he is. Oh boy. Nah, we got killed by a T-32. That's the tank that we cannot penetrate with our AP rounds there. But what we could have done is we could have knocked out his barrel, then knocked out his coaxial machine gun, which was on top of him, and then just drove around him to take care of him. Because, yeah, in the end, you kind of have to maneuver. You have to try things out and see where you can go from there. Okay, so the Nashorn, very cool plane. The only thing that is not very cool about it is that I did not unlock the full AP belt. I have 2 rounds, so it's like 3 rounds on a belt. 1 tracer shell, which is a Minengeschoss, which kind of explodes close by, I think, and 1 APT, armor-piercing tracer shell. And that armor-piercing tracer shell has 100 millimeters of penetration, but obviously, as you're going to be seeing, is we actually have to fire 3 rounds, because 2 of them are just going to be high explosive, and these high explosive shells are not going to be of big assistance to us. There is still quite a bit of competition going on. I see a tank right there. It is the T-32. We're going to fly away, and maybe in a high arc we can come in and reduce our speed, because we want to have as much time as we can possibly have on a target and then just unload. But I do not see him right now. Okay, I do see him. That was a direct hit, as you can see. We actually did set him on fire. We got one of the fuel tanks. And as I mentioned, these rounds, you know, these games, you can dominate very aggressively at the beginning of the match, but at the end of the match, you might just run into one of these scenarios where you really don't do a lot because half of your team is dead. Okay, we got one more hit, so we killed the commander, I think, and we killed something else, and something was shooting at me, I think. So yeah, now we actually have like not enough players. A lot of players are in planes. Oh, we actually destroyed his gun mantlet. Okay, that's funny. The Centurion is still there, so we're going to try to knock him out this time around. Now, if I only had AP belts, right, this wouldn't be an issue. I would have at least gotten 1 or 2 kills. But as you can see, like, we're pretty free in the air. And if something like a plane comes around... Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. If a plane comes around, we're going to be in some hot water. Sadly, that's just going to be the case. I don't see any tanks down there. The T-34 will still be at the exact same spot. We did, I think, track them. We have 7 more rounds, so at least 2 more AP belts, I think. Or 2 more AP rounds, and then the rest is going to be high explosive, and then we'll have to go RTB, returning to base, and refill everything. Oh! Come on! Oh, yes, there we go. We actually knocked out the crew with that final shot, and it was a beauty. That was a beauty. Let's go. And we survived. We didn't crash, even though it was like a huge risk to fire that 1 round there. But that 1 round, it certainly just helped us to, secure the kill. Now, at 8.0, that's like the place where the early jets come into play in War Thunder. That's the place where people will fly around in the F-84, and that would just have like a lot of advantages against me. I would be very disadvantaged because I'm in a plane that is at battle rating 6.7, but I think it's a really, really nice ground pounder, so I'm just kind of using it. And it also doesn't have any air brakes, so, you know, it's a ME-262, so you cannot expect it to have, like, the air brakes and everything. So it might have flaps, right? It has flaps, I know that, but it's going to be a bit difficult to get any aerial kills with this. It's not impossible, but you really have to be behind someone to have like the perfect round and shoot him down. So since this is like a World War II jet, I'm not sure what speeds this thing can actually land. I'm just going to belly land since they actually improved upon like the physics that it's not going to explode immediately like in old War Thunder, because for me that's kind of the fastest way to set this down and not have to rely on like the really bad brakes that the ME-262 actually has. So we're just gonna have that. It's gonna take 19 seconds for us to refuel, repair the damage that we done to our chassis around the what is it called, the engines, and hopefully we can return to the fight to at least do some more damage, but it might just be the end of this game because we're losing now very heavily, and it might just be because our team doesn't have any more ground vehicles. There's 1 Leopard 1 currently fighting, but other than that, they do have the advantage in players. Yeah, one of the sad things about War Thunder is when players only spawn in once and then leave the game, right? In this matchup, that is actually not the case. There are just a few players who leave after 1 life, but it's a bit of a sad thing because you immediately lose a player, right? And you're at a disadvantage, unfortunately. But that's just the way of War Thunder, and yeah, a victory is never really secured until the last couple of minutes, and it always kind of goes towards the one team that still has active players that are capturing the points. And you know, that's kind of a shuffle, especially when your team does extremely well at first. It just becomes like something where your team starts to farm, and then you lose because nobody's around anymore for the last couple of games. But that was a really good game. The Gepard was doing really well. Obviously Narwhal was doing really well. And as you can see, we still got 10,000 experience. But that's because I was using a booster. But I got the tracks, and I did get new cannons as well. So I got the offensive belt, which is going to allow me to utilize like the full AP rounds. And I can finally get a fire extinguisher on the Gepard, which is always nice. And since I want to have the DM23, I should start with getting a full AP belt. So that's what we're going to be doing right there. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this little video with me playing the Gepard. There is going to be more War Thunder content just because I already enjoy playing War Thunder quite a bit. And yeah, why not? If you guys like War Thunder, yeah, it's always nice. I didn't know that Romania used the Gepard, or still is using the Gepard. It looks really damn cool with that style. Either way, I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, have a good one.